What's up everybody, and welcome to Withering Blooms with Passion Monet. This is the first episode, you all. Hello, which means this is January 3rd, 2024, the first Friday of the new year, y'all. Welcome to the first episode. I am so excited that you have come and decided to stay with me today and chill with me in my environment today. So first things first, let me just explain to y'all, this is not your average podcast in the slightest bit, y'all. Sometimes it's gonna be vlog form, sometimes I'm gonna be just sitting down like this, you know, talking and chilling with y'all, just having fun and just making it real, you know. Like, I don't want everything to be so structured and just, you know, like, I'm making it my own so that I can connect with you all. But I really want to enjoy this time with y'all and just come here and discuss topics that sometimes people don't want to talk about. And I feel like this is a safe space and we should talk about it and get our feelings out there and without judgment. You know, a lot of times people feel like they can't talk to people because they don't know what they're thinking about them or what they're saying about them. And this is where this podcast comes in. We're going to talk about it, discuss it, get it out in the open, get some feedback, and just enjoy it. Learn from it, grow from it, bloom from it. So, let's get right into it. Today's topic is a difficult topic for me. Well, it has been a difficult topic for years. I haven't been able to talk to really anyone about it up until last year. It's the day that I almost died. So let's just start from the beginning. Okay, y'all, so let me just set the scene. This is back in summertime, August of 2011. You know, we just vibing, chilling, and it's our family reunion, right? So we dancing to music, vibing with the family, my cousins, aunties, uncles, my sister and her friend, my niece. Everybody just vibing, chilling, having fun. And those of you from Chicago, you know, between like 63rd and 71st in Kedzie to California, it's this park called Marquette Park. So we were having our family reunion in Marquette Park at the time, and it was, you know, it's always a vibe, it's always fun, and it's hot, and there's people out and just enjoying themselves, just, you know, playing music, having fun like a family should, right? So, you know, we're just going about our family reunion per usual. And my sister, she's like, okay, Passion, and Bree-Janae is my niece's name. She's like, you want to go come with me to pick up my friend? So her friend lives close to like the downtown Chicago area. So she's like more up north. And our family reunion was like southwest, sort of. So I'm like, of course, you know, I'm a teenager, like, I'm like, yeah, I want to go. So at the time, my sister was borrowing her boyfriend's car. He was also at the reunion. So she borrowed his car, and we went, you know, riding downtown to go pick up her friend at the time. So, you know, we chilling, vibing, playing music in the car. You know what teenagers and young adults do, just chilling. And so we picked her up and we were on our way back. We made it to 71st and Kedzie. So right there you have to make a left turn to be able to go down 71st Street. So we were at the stoplight, just laughing, talking, and having fun. I'm just playing with my music and stuff, and the light turns yellow. So at that time, my sister turns, right? and I had my back. She makes the left turn, so I'm on the front passenger side of the car. And I had my back turned. I was just laughing and talking to my sister, you know, haha. By the time I turned my head, boom, a car was coming right at me, at my face. Boom. I kind of blacked out for maybe 10 seconds of that time. I blacked out. All I remember from that time is my right ear just went completely out. I couldn't hear anything from my right ear. And then I was kind of like that, you know, in the video game, like whenever in the video game you're playing and you get shot and you're about to die, and it's like that woozy looking feeling on the screen. That's how it was for me in real life. It was like, well, like I'm off balance, like what happened? So my ear goes out, and a few seconds later my hearing came back on my right side, and I'm like, oh my God, I could hear my sister's friend screaming in the back seat, my sister screaming in the driver's side seat, and my niece screaming. And I'm like, oh my God, what happened? And my head is hurting, so I'm like, I know I hit my head on the window when the car smacked into us. Like I really got the brunt of the impact of the car. So I'm like, oh my God. And I tried to reach for my door to open it, but I saw that it was so smashed in from being hit on that side. So my sister had got out the car, and I climbed over the seat to get out. And by that time I was like so woozy, so like off balance. And I'll never forget, it was this lady, it was a bunch of cars out, but this lady got out of her car, and I just thank God for her. She got out the car and she was like, are you okay? And then I told her, yeah, I feel a little bit dizzy. And she said, is your family nearby? And I told her, yeah, we're having our family reunion right at the park right here. Like we literally right next to the park. And she was like, okay, your sister and her friend and your niece stay here at the scene of the accident, because you know you can't leave the scene of the accident. So my sister, my niece, and my sister's friend stayed behind at the accident, and the lady took me to go talk to my family. So I went in her car and she drove me to like the site that we had our family reunion at the park. So the lady got out the car, and I was kind of like, she had to hold me up because I'm still stumbling at this point. I'm still like flustered and all over the place. And I saw my family, and I'm like, y'all, we just got in a car accident. I'm just like fuzzy and woozy. And everybody's like, what happened? Like, I'm like, yeah, we got in a car accident. And everybody started just rushing over to get in their cars to go see the car accident. But my other niece, not my niece, my aunt Shirley, she's like, let me just take you to the hospital to make sure you didn't you know, get any brain damage or anything, or just to check you out because I see that you're dizzy. And she's also a nurse. So those of you that know, there's a hospital right down the street from Marquette Park. So she took me to that hospital, and all I remember is her pushing me in the wheelchair. And by that time, I don't know if any of you all had a hangover before, but it felt like I had a hangover times 3 million. It was like, oh my God. And I could see that she was pushing me slow in the wheelchair. So I'm like, why does it feel like I'm all over the place, like woozy, going crazy? And at the time I thought, okay, it's just nerves. I'm just in shock. You know, everything will die down once I just calm my nerves down and just relax. And I remember going, eventually they like took my information and everything, and I went to the waiting room. And when I was in the waiting room, I remember seeing one of my friends from school was in the waiting room at that time. And I told her, oh, I got in a car accident, and that's all I remember from being in the hospital. Literally all I remember is that. So past that point, my mind is blank. So fast forward, I wake up in the hospital. At this time, I'm in the hospital bed, and everybody, my family, is crowded around me. They're like, oh my God, you know, just happy that I'm woke and able to talk to them. And I'm like, what happened? Like, all I remember is the waiting room. I don't remember anything, if I was seen by the doctor, who the doctor was. None of that. I don't even know who the doctor, what he looks like, who took my vitals. I don't know. I wake up and they're like, you had a seizure at the hospital. They said, Passion, they took you in the hospital. They did your vitals. You were fine. And then right when they were getting ready to release you, they said you started like slurring your words, and then you started getting really dizzy, and then you just all of a sudden had a seizure. And I was just so shocked. I'm like, wow, this is crazy. Like, this is crazy. And I remember, like, when I woke up, I just felt pain like under this part of my lip. So I took my tongue and the inside of my mouth, I kind of like rubbed my tongue against the part that was hurting. And it was like holes like right there. So apparently when I had my seizure, I bit down like this, and it went through this part of my lips. So it was like really sore right there where my teeth had went through my skin of my lip. And I was just like, oh, this cannot be happening. Like, they said the neurologist, they had to get a neurologist there, and he was checking my brain. And sorry, it's a car going past. He was checking my brain and my pain levels. I don't remember any of this, but my family said he took a needle and poked my foot, and they said I couldn't feel anything. I couldn't feel pain during that time. I wasn't really responding or functioning during that time. And I don't remember any of it. Like, when I woke up, I was able to feel everything. So yeah, and then from then on, I went for an MRI and a CAT scan. Those of you that know, those are terrifying. Like, it makes you, if you're claustrophobic, it's really gonna scare the crap out of you. You lay down flat and they kind of slide you into this tunnel thing, and it makes this really loud noise. I don't know if that's the MRI that does it or the CAT scan, but I did both of those. And it's really loud and scary, and it's like you're going through this tunnel. But they can scan your brain, check your brain, everything. So they did the MRI, CAT scan, and the results came back. Yeah, I had a seizure, and I also had a concussion. So when the car hit, because I was on that front passenger side, I got the most of the impact. My head hit the passenger side window. That caused the concussion. And with my sorry y'all. And with my brain hitting my skull from that impact, it caused the seizure when I got to the hospital. So yeah, y'all, it's been so hard to talk about. I feel like that day completely changed the course of my life. Like, completely. My outlook on life, my outlook on everything. And For years I didn't talk to anybody about that. I just kind of kept it to myself, but really it's like terrifying. It's like a whole chunk of your life is missing, or something just so traumatic for it to happen to you, and you young, you just having fun, you didn't even cause it, you know, it just happened, you know. It was crazy to me. So after that event, I got released from the hospital, and I was on seizure medicine, because they didn't know if the seizures would continue, if it was just that one time and then one and done. It turned out to be that one time, and I haven't had any since then. But yeah, I was on seizure medicine, and I was really out of it. Like, it made me so sleepy, so tired. So my mom had to be my caretaker at that time, and I was just out of it. Just sleepy all the time, just not wanting to go out. And I eventually healed and got better, of course, but I didn't talk about the mental aspect and how it still affects me today. Since then, I've had extreme anxiety. Like right after that, up until maybe a few years ago, extreme anxiety. Like every day I wake up, I'm like, oh my God, what if something happens today? Like, what if I almost die today? Oh my God, I'm just so anxious. I'm so nervous. Like, what if I lose more of my memory? What if it's memory that I lost that I just can't, I don't know about? What if it's something from my childhood I just lost and I don't remember at all? And it was kind of like a PTSD type of thing, but I kept it to myself and I didn't talk about it. And I think that's the most important thing that you should do. Right after a traumatic experience, I don't care if you think you feel fine or what, go speak to somebody, go talk to somebody, get your feelings out there, because just having that other person from the outside looking in, they can give you advice on, okay, let's do this to help you heal from it, to help you just not be stressed out about it. For me, I was scared to get in cars for a long time. I sat in the back seat. I didn't drive, and I wasn't even the driver during this accident, but I didn't want to drive. I was afraid to cross the street because I saw cars, you know, like when it's your turn to walk and then it's cars that have to stop. I was afraid to walk. I still am. I say a little prayer every time I cross the street. So it's like, it affects you if you don't speak about it and talk about it and just get it out there, y'all. Very important to talk to somebody and speak about it. And with me being nervous about, oh my God, what if something happens to me? What if I die today? What if, just thinking about the worst that can happen all the time. It's like, I don't know, it made me not leave the house, not leave my apartment for months. I would just, if I was hungry, I would order in. If I needed anything, I would get it delivered, like how Walmart has the Walmart delivery. If I needed toiletries, Walmart delivered it, Amazon delivered it. I just wouldn't go out because I was just so afraid. And I feel like this is things that people need to talk about, and people need to get out in the open and learn from. And I wanted to share this story with y'all because I know it's somebody out there that's going through the same thing or went through the same thing. And they were like, I don't want to talk to anybody because I don't want them to think I'm crazy or whatever. But y'all, whenever you go through anything traumatic or stressful, speak to somebody, please. That day, it changed the rest of my life in ways I couldn't even fathom, or I couldn't believe it. But the good thing is, last year I was able to speak to, it was unexpectedly, I had joined this group called Europe Chicago, and I went into it to do a career change, and I didn't expect to share as much about my life as I did, but I was able to speak about my car accident and my anxiety and stuff that I went through. And that's what helped me be comfortable to talk about it, and that changed my life. Once I spoke to people about it, I changed my life. And y'all saw the journey of me changing. I was able to travel. I was able to do things I always thought that I always wanted to do, but I thought that I couldn't because that fear got in the way of what if something bad happens. So I just encourage everybody, speak to somebody. You know, don't be afraid. It's a stigma of, in the Black community especially, of going to see a therapist or going to just speak to anybody about your it may be an issue, or if you need advice, because it's like people always think, oh, this person is going to tell my business, or you know, you don't know if you can trust people or be vulnerable around people. Give it a chance, y'all. Give it a chance. It changed my life for the better. Now I'm able to share my story with you. I never shared my story with people up until last year. Even with my family, like, I felt like, you know, I did speak to my sister about it a little, but she felt kind of guilty about it because she was the driver during the time. And I feel like I had to do more of comforting her and telling her, you know, like, it's okay, you know, it was an accident, you know, you didn't mean for it to happen. So I did more of comforting her instead of like focusing on my own healing during that time. So it's very important to just focus on your mental once you go through that type of situation. Not just for car accidents, just anything traumatic, anything that could have ended your life or that put you in harm's way. You never know how it will affect your life in the long run. So that was my story, y'all, of how I almost died. But I made it through, y'all. I made it through a time that could have broke me, that could have just tore me down. I was able to bloom and I was able to blossom. I didn't wither. I bloomed in that time. Like, I made it through, y'all. And I want you to make it through. If you went through anything that was traumatic, anything that could have harmed you, if you're letting fear get in the way, don't let it get in the way, y'all. Go after what you want. Live your life. Be safe, y'all. And in the comments, let me know if you've been through anything similar, or how you overcame your adversity. How you were able to face your fear and not let fear get in the way after you experienced something traumatic or something that changed your life. Or let me know if you've ever lost a portion of your memory and how that affected you. I know for me it kind of it still affects me, because I'm like, I know it's other stuff. I know it's just not that portion of my life that's missing. I know, what if it's some other stuff in my life that disappeared and I'll never be able to regain that memory back again. So let me know in the comments, y'all. And thank you for rocking with me today on the first episode of Withering Blooms with Passion Monet. Sorry, y'all, it's a car going past. Y'all know my videos. It's always a car or an airplane flying over. It's always something. But you all, thank you for rocking with me on the first episode of Withering Blooms with Passion Monet. I can't wait to see y'all. There's another plane going over. Either it's a train, a car, a plane. We just gonna let it go. Just, I don't even know if you all hear it, but I hear it. But thank you all for rocking with me with this first episode of Withering Blooms with Passion Monet. Can't wait to see y'all next Friday for the next episode. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you like this episode. And I will see you all next week. Peace.